I grew a business from nothing to generating $421,000 in their first 12 months with a Google ad campaign.
Is that even allowed? I don't know.
And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, including the Google ad strategy that I used. This video is sponsored by HubSpot. More about them later. Okay, so I'm excited to run through this Google Ads case study. And before we get into the details, I want to give you a little bit of context around this business, and then I'll show you what we did and the results that came from that, okay? So it was an interior design company, and they just started properly. It was a business sort of ticked along in the background, but now was looking to properly go. They had virtually no revenue, no reliable revenue, at least, and they were loss-making because they had costs. Small interior design company, just a handful of people, but still, if you're not bringing in much in the way of revenue and you've got some costs, you're going to be loss-making. They had no reliable customer acquisition channel, and most small businesses, service-based, local, when they start, they don't have a reliable customer acquisition channel. They sort of get a referral here, work with someone they know there, and just sort of bumble along. And there's millions of small businesses in that exact situation. Anyway, so I was brought in to generate new clients from Google Ads. Now, I should say that we don't work with companies now that are just starting from zero. I did this a number of years ago, but I wanted to share this story because I feel like there's probably quite a lot of people who consume my content who are in this situation, who are sort of getting started or getting started properly. They want reliable customer client acquisition. They don't get it. They get a few referrals, things like that. So this should hopefully be really valuable if you're in that situation. Okay, so marketing challenges for this business specifically. So the target market is high net worth individuals. Interior design companies do not want to work with people that don't have a significant budget to play with for obvious reasons. So finding those people, targeting them can be tricky. There's also challenges around timing. This business really wanted to work with people that were either moving or renovating, because what they didn't want is to just get a client that just wants to, paint a few walls and buy a new sofa. Because it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, but actually in terms of how much you're billing as the interior design company and then how much profit you make from that, really, really small. So they only really wanted to work with people that are undertaking larger projects, which people often do when they move. They'll move and they'll do a whole load to the home, or if they're doing like quite a big renovation. So that's a challenge as well. Like, we want to make sure we reach people during that time in their lives. Location constrained. So it's a business that very much needs to be, the interior designer needs to go to the property, have local suppliers and contractors and things like that. So constrained to a small geographical area. This business was based in Berkshire in the south of England. This company had limited proof, which was definitely challenging from a marketing standpoint because, like I said, only just sort of getting going. So not lots of testimonials, didn't have great portfolio images and things like that to demonstrate, which is great for interior design business. Portfolio images really help sell. Didn't have a ton of that sort of stuff. So given that scenario, business like this needs a different Google ad strategy to others. There are lots of different Google ad strategies and we use different ones depending on the different types of business, what's going to work best for that type of business. One of the things that Google advertisers have struggled with in recent years is the increased difficulty in gathering and tracking visitor data due to stringent data privacy regulations. To help you with that, HubSpot has teamed up with Google Ads to create the State of the Data-Driven Advertising Report, which you can get right now for free. A link to it is in the video description below. This report offers concrete data and insights on what strategies and tools are correlated to driving strong marketing results, including information on the unique benefits of first-party data as compared to third-party data, and how marketers today are harnessing their first-party data to grow exponentially, the challenges in obtaining high-quality audience data, including the impact of privacy regulations and reduced consumer trust, and how marketers plan to adapt marketing strategies while still effectively leveraging customer data. My favorite section is on the power of first-party data. Here's what I mean. Marketers who use first-party data are 93% more likely to outperform goals than those who don't. This report is completely free and I'd strongly recommend you go ahead and check it out and use it to level up your marketing. Check the link in the description below, and thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring today's video. So what do we do with the Google Ad strategy? So we focused on a search campaign because buyer's intent here is really, really important. We needed to know that the people who were inquiring, who were becoming leads, were interested in firstly hiring an interior designer, secondly undertaking a large project. Like I said, otherwise it's just not worth this business's time. It would be loss making to work with people that didn't have that. So if we were to use other networks, other types of Google ad campaigns, which more interruption, distraction advertising, yes, can we generate leads, but what's the quality going to be? Is the buyer's intent there? Not as much. That's not as important with other types of businesses. I should stress that. But with a business like this, where you're after a small number of really high quality clients, very, very important. So limited search volume, just advertising in a local geographical area. There's just not tons of people searching for, working with interior designers and things like that in general. A lot of people try and do this themselves. So that's a challenge. So what we did is we targeted the most direct and the most expensive keywords. Now, a lot of Google advertisers will try and do the opposite. They won't want to spend a load of money on what they perceived as the most expensive keywords, but often the most expensive keywords are the most profitable keywords. Those are the keywords that convert the best. They're the keywords that are most likely to lead to a higher paying quality customer. And that's why they're most expensive, because Google Ads prices are set by an auction and advertisers compete, and advertisers are willing to pay more for certain clients over others, okay? So we were like, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about that, we're just gonna go for them. And we were basically happy to pay whatever per click. We weren't focused on reducing the cost per lead, reducing the cost per click. We used broad map keywords, we had to because of the limited search volume. Cost per lead was far less important than quality. We were willing to pay significantly more in terms of cost per lead as long as the quality was improved. Again, that's not something you're going to want to do with all businesses. Some businesses, reducing that cost is really important. That's going to improve the profitability of your overall marketing. In this scenario, it's absolutely not, because you could have a client that spends $200,000 or one that wants to spend, $1,000. And obviously the difference there is enormous. So lead quality was everything. Average customer lifetime value, we estimated at £75,000. I think that actually turned out to be a little bit low once, we had some data and more clients were generated, things like that. But that's what we started with as our estimates. You need to have either the actual number based on data or an estimate of what your average customer lifetime value is going into your marketing, because that feeds into how much you can afford to pay per customer, how much you can afford to pay per lead, and all that sort of stuff. So there were two core components of lead quality for this business, and these things will actually vary depending on your business and what's important. But firstly, does the prospect have the funds? Do they have the money to undertake something fairly substantial? And secondly, is the prospect moving house or renovating? In other words, are they spending enough? They're not just looking to, replace a sofa or get a new pair of curtains or something along those lines. Okay, so Google Ads strategy. We used a call out method in the ad copy. I think this was really important. We tested ads with this versus ones without, and the ones where we used this, the lead quality was significantly better. So we literally, by using the call out method, what I'm talking about here for this business is we put in the ad copy, in the headlines of the ads, moving house, renovating. We wanted these ads to speak to people that were already undertaking those things, because we know those were our ideal customers. Qualifying ad copy is also something we used, often in the descriptions. So we would put in interior design projects starting at £50,000. We did not want people clicking on the ads, coming through, booking a call, who just wanted, like I said, to spend a small amount of money and do a small little project and just tweak something that they might want an interior designer for. We wanted people that were serious. And this is the sort of thing, you put in qualifying ad copy like that prevents a lot of people from clicking. So your cost per click goes way up, your click-through rate goes way down. These seem like bad metrics from a Google Ads standpoint, but they're not if the people that do click through are therefore better quality. Because only the people that are like, yeah, I'm going to be spending at least 100 grand, I'm going to be spending at least 50 grand, I'm going to be spending a good amount, they're the only ones that aren't going to be bothered by that. In fact, they might actually like it because they think, oh yeah, this is an interior design company, they're geared up for larger projects. They don't want to inquire with someone who's just used to, replacing curtains or something, which some interior design companies do, because that would be a waste of that person's time. They want a serious interior designer that has the contacts with all the local contractors and things like that to be able to make the project a reality. So that helps get more clicks from the small people that meet that qualifying criteria. It reduces clicks from other people. So your front end metrics look worse, your cost per click goes up, your CTR goes down, but the leads that come through are better quality. And this is a really important thing for businesses where lead quality is the most important thing, like it is here. So the offer was a free interior design consultation. Fairly standard offer in the space, nothing too special about that. There's also nothing really else that we could think of that makes sense as a better offer than this. It's like, if you're looking to hire a interior designer, what would you expect? You expect them to come around your house, have a look at the property, let you know what they think they would do with it, how much they charge, all that sort of stuff. So that's what was offered. It's also a reason why lead quality is important, because and we had this experience early on where you can get a whole load of leads that are lower quality. An interior designer is going out to do all these consultations, and then the consultations, they last like 3 hours because people show them all around the property and talk about every element, and they've had thoughts, and then there's lots of follow-up. So it's quite time consuming to communicate with the lead and potentially convert. I also should quickly mention here that free is better than discount in anything luxury or premium. If you offer a discount, it can reduce the perceived value of what you offer. Whereas if you offer something for free, it doesn't do that at all. If you think about the luxury things you've bought, you very often get free things with them. So you buy like a really expensive piece of jewelry. The company will often send you a free gift alongside it. You go to a really fancy restaurant, there might be free valet parking. You purchase a business class ticket on an airplane and you get free food, free drink, free use of the lounge, free cutting the queues and fast passes through security and things like that, right? So just something I wanted to quickly mention. Okay, so before we started running a Google ad campaign for this business, we had to create a specific landing page, which you will often have to do. The website was fine, but not geared up in order to get lots of conversions from Google Ads. I've actually created a separate video on how to optimize landing pages and website for Google Ads specifically. I'll include a link in the video description so you can go ahead and check that out. Might find it really useful. Wanted to quickly mention that because that's an important part of the strategy here. Okay, so what were the results? Those are the most important things that we did. What were the results? So the cost per lead was about £75 each, which for a lot of businesses sounds like a lot. For this businesses, worked really well. Because remember, that's about 1% of the estimated customer lifetime value. 75 grand lifetime value, £75 cost per lead, happy days. So lead volume, 12 to 18 leads per month. There wasn't much more available within the geographical area given the qualifying ad copy. In order to expand that purely through a Google Ad search campaign, we'd have had to increase the geographical area. Maybe the company need to open new branches in different locations, which a lot of sort of local service-based businesses will do in order to grow and scale. That's about what was available, maxing out. Like we were willing to spend more than there were clicks available, if that makes sense. Conversion rate, 1 in 12. A lot of people would say that's low for a service business, and I get that. But again, this is an interior design company looking to work with high net worth individuals, really trying to be very selective. Projects would last sometimes 2 years, let's say 6 months to 2 years. So once you start working with a client, you want to be absolutely sure that they're a really good client. And also a business like this, particularly when they started, they could only handle maybe half a dozen projects at any one time. Okay, so the cost to acquire a client, £75 cost per lead, 12 leads to get a new customer, about £900 in terms of cost to acquire a client. I think this is where a lot of service business and a lot of local service businesses really go wrong, is they would see something like that and go, that is insane. There's no way I'm spending £900 to get a client. And I think that's really silly, particularly when the clients are worth what they are in this scenario. So let's have a look at the return on ad spend. £75,000 is what the customer's worth, £900 to acquire. That's an 83x return on ad spend. Now, obviously the lifetime customer values for this business are really high. So it's much easier to get really high return on ad spend numbers. And I should mention that out of that £75,000 are going to be contractor fees, costs of the products and manufacturers. Like there's significant costs in there. So the return on ad spend when you're measuring money invested versus profit out would be significantly less than 83, but still very profitable. And your numbers may need to vary. Like I said here, we're going for high quality, willing to be very selective. That drives up cost per lead, but still worked for this business. What I would just encourage you to do is, I've spoken to a lot of business owners that are running Google Ad campaigns, and let's say their average customer value is $2,000. And you ask them, what are you willing to pay to acquire a customer? And they say, $100. You think, really? You wouldn't be willing to pay $200 or $250 or $300 in order to get, a customer worth $2,000? I think you should be. It'll allow you to get more customers, allow you to scale, allow you to improve your business. Okay, so high quality Google Ad campaigns for this business made it easy to profitably acquire customers. And you can see that these clients are very profitable. And in the 12 months after we got the Google Ad campaign launched, the result was £324,000 of revenue generated directly attributable to the Google Ad campaigns, which is roughly $421,000. Now, that revenue continued to climb, right? Because we were looking at generating from those, 12 to 18 leads per month, 1 to 2 new clients a month once we got it figured out and up and running. But because of the length of time, this was the first 12 months, right? So obviously there were some clients that were signed up 6 months into that first 12 months, where the vast majority of their billing would be in the subsequent year. So the revenue did continue to climb. I just wanted to give you an idea of, that first 12 months, what is possible, even with a business like this, where the lead times are long and then the sort of sales cycle is very long. Projects last 6 to 12 months, things like that, particularly if they required planning permission or something along those lines, could be even longer. So the real challenge with this business was to acquire clients like that at scale. So with this campaign, scaled up as much as we could get it without changing anything else in the business, we're looking at 1 to 2 new clients a month. So you're looking at this sort of strategy for this sort of business maxing out at roughly £1 million a year, something along those lines. Once, like I said, all the projects are up and running and things along those lines. To grow further, additional Google Ad campaign types were required, things like Performance Max, things that are now interruption advertising, and additional marketing channels as well. Now, we did work out how to do that, and we did grow the revenue further. The business actually did quite well, ended up being sold a number of years ago, and I actually owned a piece of the business, so it was quite interesting. Since then, the new owners of the business didn't manage it well at all, and I believe it's gone into administration. I know it was close to recently, but anyway, that's a story for another video. Make sure you subscribe, and I will tell that one day because it's all quite interesting. But I want to keep this focused on, the Google Ad campaign that got this business from, 0 to over 400 grand in year one, which is pretty cool. So I've got a question for you. Would you like us to explode your business with fantastic Google Ad results? So here's how we can help, how my business can help. So Heath Media, name of my agency, a specialist Google and Meta advertising agency. We have done-for-you services where we create, manage, and optimize Google Ad campaigns for clients. We take all that workload off their hands. We get them better results than if they were managing it themselves. And if that sounds like a great deal, there is a link in the video description. You can click on that, come through to a page on our website where you can book in a free call with one of our team members. No obligation, just to find out more about our service. Hopefully you do that. Hopefully we get a chance to work together. So finally, if you found this video valuable and you'd like me to make more like it, please go ahead and subscribe and let me know in the comments. I always look at the comments and they really do impact future content direction. So if you like this, let me know and I'll make more of it.